Hey, this is Troye Sivan, and my new song is called My, and this is my most requested live iHeartRadio Ask Anything chat. Thank you so much for sending in all your questions, and thanks to Romeo for all of the love and support. Let's get right into the questions. So the first question comes from Ellen from London, and it says, if you could swap songs and music with another artist for a day, who would it be? That's a really good question. I wish that I wrote Royals by Lorde. It's like I always have wished that I wrote that song. I think it's just like the perfect cool pop song. I think it's so good. So maybe Lorde. Laura from Sarasota says, what is the most beautiful place you visited so far? Maybe New Zealand. New Zealand is so pretty. Sarah from Daytona Beach says, when you filmed Boy Erased, did Russell Crowe ever introduce himself as the gladiator? I didn't actually meet Russell Crowe because we didn't have any scenes together, but I'm sure if I had have met him, he would have introduced himself as the gladiator. Julia from Stockholm says, if you could be in a billboard with Times Square with one person, who would you pick and what theme would it be? Whoa. It would be really fun to do a photo shoot with, I was gonna say Beyonce, but then I feel like everyone would look super ugly next to Beyonce, so maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's a good question, I'll think on it. Lonnie from San Diego says, with the Winter Olympics going on, what's your favorite event and which event would you be good at? I would be good at absolutely none of them. And my favorite is probably that weird like shuffling one. I think they look really funny when they do it and I enjoy it. Cherish from Nashville says, how did you come up with My, and how was it performing on SNL? We came up with My, it was a mixture of things. I had an idea for a track that like made me want to dance. And then the Leland, who I was writing with, he's like my best friend. We were looking through phrases in like a random poetry book and he was like, ooh, my. And I was like, that is such a sick phrase about like, because it doesn't actually mean anything other than just like, whoa, you know, it's like an exclamation of something, but you're not really sure what. And I wanted it to be an exclamation of like joy. And so we started from there and kind of worked our way outwards. And SNL was crazy and terrifying and the best day of my life at the same time. Vince from LA says, which social media account do you prefer to use? I think Twitter's still my favorite. It's like the funniest one, I think. I think people are really funny on there, and yeah, it still feels the most interactive to me. Like, all the others kind of feel like a little bit more of a one-way conversation, and Twitter definitely feels two-way. Abby from Savannah says, how do you deal with your growing fame emotionally? I'm cool with it. You know, I'm still at the point where I can like, I don't feel at all inhibited by anything. I can go out and get dinner and go out for a coffee and everything like that, and that's all I really need. And I'm very lucky in all areas of my life that that I even get to kind of experience what I get to experience. So I'm just at this point still completely grateful and like excited. Dania from how do you say that? Ahmedabad says, what's your favorite part of promoting your music? Definitely, I enjoy doing acoustic performances. That's been really fun. I've been doing a lot of those over the last couple of days. And also, I really enjoy doing meet and greets. I love meeting everyone and giving them a hug and saying thank you. John from Cleveland says, who's the most famous person that you've wanted to meet but haven't yet? Probably Beyonce again. That would be cool. I just feel like that's like the pinnacle, you know? It doesn't get any bigger than that. Ava from Syracuse says, do you like any boy bands? Brockhampton. Yeah. Amanda from Dalton says, if you had to choose one cover song to put on your set list, what would it be? I'm sure that I'm going to do that, and I don't know yet. I need to give it some really good thought and do something good. I'm not sure yet. Sorry, lame answer.